All right, welcome everyone to 155. If it's your first time here, open your ears a little bit bigger, and that'll work. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you haven't met me yet, my name is Chandler. I'm glad you guys can come out tonight. I know it's the 4th of July, and some of you guys have been eating all weekend, barbecued stuff, but this is where it's at tonight. When you guys came in, on your seats, there's your little index cards and whatnot. They're called Connect cards. You could fill that out, and later on there's going to be a bucket passed around. Make sure you put that in there. So, in the past, I've gotten up here, and you pretty much never know what I'm going to come up with. All right, I've come up here with a sword, usually some kind of embarrassing picture, definitely a random story. And there's always some type of hierarchy of Chandlerisms that get thrown into the mix. Well, tonight's going to be no different. There's going to be a story, but it's going to be a little different. And that story is about baby Chandler, maybe middle school Chandler. We're going to take it way back. You guys ready for it? Okay, but I'm not going to do it now. So, we've been talking about parables for the past couple of weeks, and last week, Brandon broke it down about the parable of the sower. Well, this week, it's a parable of talents. And when I say talent, I know you guys think of maybe America's Got Talent or whatnot, but for this week, when you hear the word talent, that can be interchangeable with skills, gifts, not like physical gifts, but when you say, oh, he has a natural gift, she has a natural gift for, that's what talents is going to mean. So the story takes place in Matthew 25:14. Now it's 14 through 30, so it's a little bit long. So I'm going to read it from the Bible so you can hear the truth, and then I'm going to try to break it down to the version of Chandler so you guys understand. All right, there's 2 translations tonight. So, again, the kingdom of heaven can be illustrated by the story of a man going on a long trip. He called together his servants and entrusted his money to them while he was gone. He gave 5 bags of silver to one, 2 bags of silver to another, and 1 bag of silver to the last. Dividing it in proportion to their abilities, he then left on his trip. The servant who received the 5 bags of silver began to invest the money and earned 5 more. The servant with 2 bags of silver went to work and earned 2 more. But the servant who received 1 bag of silver dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master returned from his trip and called to them an account of how they had used their money. The servant who he had entrusted the 5 bags of silver came forward with 5 more and said, "Master, you gave me 5 bags of silver to invest, and I have earned 5 more." The master was full of praise. "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so now I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." The servant who had received 2 bags of silver came forward and said, "Master, you gave me 2 bags of silver, and I have earned 2 more." The master said, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in handling this small amount, so I will give you many more responsibilities. Let's celebrate together." Then the servant with 1 bag of silver came back. "Master, I knew you were a harsh man, harvesting crops you didn't plant and gathering crops you didn't cultivate. I was afraid you would lose your money, so I hid it in the earth. Look, here's your money back." But the master replied, "You wicked and lazy servant. If you knew I had harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops where I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it." Then he ordered, "Take the money from the servant and give it to the one with the 10 bags of silver. To those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have to be taken away. Now throw this useless servant out into the outer darkness, where there'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth." Right? It got real there towards the end. So, what happened? We're going to break this down from the beginning. So the first guy, he was given, let's say, bags of silver. Let's say he was given $5,000, 5 G's. Second guy, 3 G's. Last guy, 1 G. But what did the guys do with their money? So they have money. The first two diversified their funds. That's what they did. The last guy did nothing. And that's going to come back to play later on with what the last guy did when he did nothing. Now, God does not give people the same exact identical gift. Even in the story, it was mentioned that the master gave it based on abilities. Well, no two people in here can do the exact same thing the exact same way. How many people play sports? Show of hands. All right? Now, I guarantee you, nobody plays the sports the same way. How many people play ultimate frisbee? Right? Now, if you've seen me play ultimate frisbee, the way I throw, it's a wild card in how it gets there. Sometimes it looks like a wounded duck when it flies. All right? It's all over the place, and sometimes I hit people in the face when they're not looking. But that's neither here nor there. So, the investor, he just gets pissed. But why? Right? I mean, let's just keep it real. Right? Guy gets mad. He congratulates the first two. And the last guy, he casts out where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now, anybody know what gnashing of teeth really means? Want to take a guess? So, gnashing of teeth is when something is so intense, and it's cool, Pastor Jeff talked about it the other week, so I feel smart because I remembered that. But it's when you like lock your jaw and you just, right? Now, apply that to weeping. When you're weeping, we've all cried, yes, I hurt my finger. But when you weep, that is a significant emotional event when you weep. You uncontrollably cry. Everything hurts, your soul, your heart, and then your teeth. That's intense. So that master threw that servant out to be exposed to that. So on your cards, there should be 5 slots. And it says, do you know what your talents are? And that's a part where you can there's 5 spots for a reason. And if you can't fill in all 5, really think harder about it. Sometimes you don't know what your talents are. Sometimes you need a friend or a mentor to point them out to you. For example, I have my very special Connect team. And when I say special, I mean like bless your heart special. So, a couple months ago, I was given a charter to say, hey Chandler, we need to take a welcome team and we need to revamp it. So they gave me a bunch of introverts with a sprinkle of extroverts. Now, introvert means someone that just kind of sits against the wall and just, for the 30 minutes before youth starts, they just kind of sit there and do this. And I'm like, how am I going to get that person to want to go talk and meet new people? Let's be honest, I'm an adult, and coming up here the first time, when I came up here, it was intimidating talking to some of you guys. Some of y'all will mean mug me. Just straight gave me the stanky face. Just, Chandler? Whatever. It's like, what did I do? Right? So, and then that sprinkle of extrovert, that's that person that always wants to go out and talk to people. If you guys think right now who's on the Connect team, you know who that is. Just in your face. Hey, what's up? Glad you're here. And you're like, oh, right there. I need you right here. You're in my bubble. So, but the introverts, they were extroverts. They just didn't know it. So every week I made them go talk to someone else. Like, you will talk to someone. You will talk to 5 people and get out of my face until you find 5 people to talk to. Now I have a team of people that I can't get to shut up. They just talk the whole time. And bless my heart at this point. So, but I love them. But kind of like you love that special person in your family. The one that doesn't live with you, of course. The one in a different state. That kind of love. But, so, do you see yourself having any talents? And then what do you do with them? Or do you even share them? So we've talked about a little bit about athletic skills. But sometimes a gift could be the little things. Meaning a smile. Now, on Sunday, that's probably the only time of week I smile. Monday through Friday at work, no smile. So, how many people come to church, have been to church, big church here at least once? Raise your hand. So when you walk through that door, you all know it, there's a gentleman or a lady at that door every week that smiles. And you're like, why are you so happy? I just woke up. Right? That's a gift, to just come to church and be happy. So a smile goes a long way. Then there's optimism, right? Always seeing the positive side of things. We all have that friend that's just like, well, it could be worse. Like, no, it is worse. My life is over. Like, no. So in my house, I'm not that person. My wife, Kathy, she's the one that says, oh, it could be raining inside. And I'm like, yes, but there's a hole in the roof. My life is over. I can't do anything. I can't even right now. Then you have the people with an attitude, a positive attitude. To me, those are the people that when you say, hey, what are you doing Friday? Nothing. You want to hang out? Sure. I need you to come over to the house. All right. What are we doing? We're going to chop down some trees with your chainsaw. And they're like, all right, no problem. Now you ask me that, I might be like, oh, allergies. Can't, no, can't do it. But no matter what life throws at them, they always have a good attitude. That's a gift. People with a moral compass. Ooh, those are hard to find. Those are those people when they're like, hey, put this in your pocket. Let's go. Did you pay for it? No, just put it in your pocket. Okay. But you got that one that's like, hey, you ain't pay for that. All loud. And you're like, see the security camera? They caught you. And you're like, oh, why you gotta bust me out? But maybe they saved you from getting a criminal record that later on in your future, when you try to apply for your job, future faith might say, oh, hey, thanks for ratting on me because now I have a clean record and I didn't steal the candy bar, but I don't want to mention any names. So, people often only see like your physical, when I say physical skills, I like to refer to a 25-meter target and a 300-meter target, like right here. What's going on today? So, I'm the best there. I'm the best at what I do right now. That's just the way I am. I wake up in the morning, and I'm just excellence. All right. Majority of people in this room might think that, but the 40-year-old version of them is going to be like, ooh, I wish I still had that confidence because, I didn't do anything to cultivate my talent or my gift. I just thought it was going to follow me my whole entire life. So, this is the part, I'm going to give you guys a story. All right. And it is a true story, believe it or not. What it is, let me pull it up here. 7-year-old Chandler. My mom comes up to me and says, you want to take piano lessons? I'm like, no, I don't want to take piano lessons. And she's like, good, you start next week. And I'm like, I thought this was a two-way conversation. No, this is a dictatorship. You're going to do what I say. Oh, yes, ma'am. So I go to take piano lessons. And the story I'm going to tell you takes you from 7-year-old Chandler to probably about 18, 20-year-old Chandler. But I'm going to do it in less than 10 minutes. I'm going to play you guys a few songs. So, here I am. I have to see your face. So, here I am, 7 years old, hating life because I want to play the piano, but I don't. But I do, but I don't. And, wait, if I can close my eyes, I can almost hear my mom's beautiful nagging voice.
1, 2, 3. Too fast, Daryl. Too fast, Daryl. Slow down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't get discouraged. Soon you'll have that down to real songs. See, now that's beautiful. All your practice is paying off. Okay, enough. You need to practice that one song for your recital. You know, the song that everybody plays for their recital. That's the one. I don't know what's going on with Daryl. He's in this emo phase right now. It's like he's trying to get me to let him quit piano. It's not working. I'm kind of in this mood anyway. Woe is me. Oh my gosh. All of a sudden, Chandler from third period is so hot. He's playing love songs and everything. Oh my gosh, please ask me to prom. Please ask me to prom. Please, little girl. He's mine. He's always playing the classics for me. See, that's real love. I'm gonna have his babies. All right, baby, let's give them something fun. Something they can sing along to. Okay, you know this song, right? Go ahead, girls. There it is. Living in a world. There it is. Took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy. That's the boy singing. Born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. It's my best man voice. All right, something for just us on the back row. Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. You're gonna break from all your worries, sure, because sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. Bum, 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 where they're always glad you came. I wanna be where you can see the troubles are all the same. You ought to be where everybody knows your name.
So now that took me a lot of years to get to that point. Sit down, sometimes need a little extra money, find a fish bowl, a random cup from Taco Bell, put it here, make a few extra dollars. And I got cocky because I was like, oh, I'm just that good. I don't need to practice. Went all the way through high school, played a huge variety of music, thought I was classically trained, so that's all I needed to get by in life. Got accepted to a couple of universities. Ended up going to UCF. They even gave me a little bit of a music scholarship, so I was like, oh, that's awesome. When I get there, I'm like, I'm in the big dogs. But I didn't practice, and I thought I did all this. I'm the one that practiced every single day, 45 minutes a day, an hour and a half a day. I got me to where I am. I'll never forget how to play the piano. So a couple years later, I sit down, and the piece that I had played in high school, probably about 8 pages long, from memorization, I played it flawless. 17-year-old Chandler, flawless. 20-year-old Chandler sat down and tried to do it again. And no matter how long no matter how many times I went over and over, I couldn't get my fingers to make the music they used to make. And it was a humbling experience because 9 years of classically trained and I can't do what I used to do. Because my 25-meter target at 17 years old said, you got this. 20-year-old Chandler says, you can't do it. And I first started playing when 7-year-old Chandler, by the time I was 10, my mom thought I was little Mozart, and so she made me play for the church. So I basically got my start in the church. So let's jump forward. 21-year-old Chandler. 9/11 had just happened. I'm deployed to Kuwait, out in the middle of nowhere. There's no indoor plumbing. And there's a tent. And I see it, and it says, help wanted. Thought it was a huge joke, right? Like, help wanted, middle of the desert. But it's a chapel. So I was like, okay, it's a chapel. Guess I should go to church. Haven't been to church in years, you know. And then under help wanted, it said piano player. And I was like, somebody else will do it. I came back the next week, still up there. I did it for almost a month. And I walked in, chaplain's sitting there, and he goes, can I help you? And I'm like, it says you need a piano player. I'm going to be honest, I'm not that good anymore. And he goes, hey, where did you get your start? Can you read music? And I'm like, yeah, I can read. And he goes, well, just get back to the basics. And that rang a lot with me. Getting back to the basics, sitting down, I sat there and I played that, and it really meant something. After all I'd been through, after everywhere I've been, it's the church that brought me back. And I had to realize where my skills came from. It wasn't from me. And some of you guys, you ask, where did your skills come from? You might say, I was born with it. Okay. It's creatine. No. It's CrossFit. No, not that. It's genes. Your great-great-grandfather was a huge public speaker in his time, and now that's where you get your gift of gab from. But I'm going to tell you, they're all wrong. Doesn't matter where you're from, what your genes are, what society says. Your gifts come from God. And in my house, we always have options. You do something right or wrong, I'm going to say, you got two options. You can do it this way, or you can do it this way. So, you have two options. You can be like the guy in the parable who did nothing with their talent, bury it, and just save it for a rainy day. Or you can ask this back row of people, ask your friends, and help you fill out what's on that paper. What are your 5 talents that you want to work on, that you want to make stronger, that you want to get better at? You guys here tonight is a skill. Because without you guys, there is no 155. It's hard to come out here and say, hey, why don't you come out to 155? It's awesome. You get free pizza. And they show up and it's like 3 people here. And you're like, this is kind of creepy. It's like 8 adults and 3 kids. If they're serving Kool-Aid, I'm out. You know, so if you guys come every single week, when the new people come in, they're like, oh, okay. There's some crazy guy at the front door who always has like an energy drink, who kind of creeps me out every week, but he's tolerable. There's opportunities all over to know how to cultivate your gifts and talents. Prime example is VBS is coming up. All right, you can help out with special needs. You can help out with food prep. If you want to run around and paint your face and act silly with some little kids, hey, there's your chance. I like to do that, but we just call that Friday night at my house. So on the front of the paper, so on the back, there's the thing for your skills. On the front, some of your next steps. And once again, I give you options. There's 4 options you can do. You can have someone help. I know what they are. I just don't know how to improve upon my gifts and skills. I would like to glorify my gifts, glorify God with my gifts. We'll do that one. But at the end of the day, I want to know more about Jesus and how he gives me gifts, talents, and skills. So go ahead and stand up. Bring it in nice where there's a lot of body heat. Yeah, there it is. Ooh, and the lights. So, if you guys look to your left and look to your right, this is the core right here. These are the people that every week that, I don't know about you, but I look forward to seeing. So, thank you guys for coming. Some of you guys that smile, I appreciate it. Some of you guys that don't, I'm still afraid of. Well, let's go ahead and pray. Bow your heads. Heavenly Father, thank you that in spite of a crazy week, we get to come here and worship you and just give everything to you. Our cares, our worries, even our drama. God, nothing is too big for you. We come here tonight and we've learned a little bit about what you can give us and what you can take away if we don't know how to use it to honor and glorify your name. God, just watch over this group as they go out through this week on vacation and they travel, and help them all realize that they have gifts that they might not think they have, but they do, and that there's all kind of people here ready to help them cultivate that. In your name we pray. Amen.